we're back out here on the James River, drifting on some deep water, and already got some rods out the back. But if this is your first time joining the channel, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we're able to answer some questions and get on some fish while we're on here live. So thanks for joining me. If you get a chance while I'm getting these other ones set up, make sure you go over and you hit that subscribe button, you hit that like button, and also share this video so we can get as many people in here as we possibly can. So let's do some drifting in some deep water. We're going to be starting in about 30 foot of water and working our way down towards about 70 foot of water. It's just a slow, gradual drop down through here. So got a couple more rods to get set up, and I'll show you guys what I'm using for bait and also how I got it rigged out. You can see behind me, we've already got 4 down, just dead sticking. So get the other 2 out there and hopefully we'll put some fish in the boat. Now most of these are just a Carolina style rig. I ran out of the slip sinkers, so we're just using sinker slides and 3-ways right now. Big old monster. Ew, look at that thing. Ew. Monster gizzard shad. We're gonna whack the head off that thing and send her to the bottom. Now, James River is notorious for monster gizzard shad and monster blue cats too. So it's been a fairly decent trip since I've been down here. Caught some nice fish last night. Now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of letting it go straight to the bottom. Nothing fancy. Once it hits bottom, I make sure it's got good contact. Now me, I set it in my rod holder, let it hit bottom again, and then give it a couple cranks up off the bottom. Now we're in between tides right now. In case you don't know, the James River is a tidal river, meaning that every 6 hours the direction of flow will change. So in between those is what is called slack tide, and that's kind of where we're at now. We had an outgoing tide and it slacked off, and shortly there will be an incoming tide. And since we have a slack tide, I'm going to put one of those rods out just dragging bottom, and it's going to have this is a white perch. Caught those yesterday, and they're a hardy fish. They've been in my live well, but he's now bait. Just cut the head off that joker. And this one is, like I said, it is on a dragon rig, and that's just a Dirty South dragon weight. It's on a 3-way swivel. Got a 3-way swivel, and I don't have a float on this one, but what I have is a long dropper loop, about a foot and a half dropper loop down to my sinker. And then we're out here on the James River, so I'm using the big boss cats. These are the 10-aught. These jokers are no joke when it comes to big blue cats. Hey, thanks for the donations, the super chats. I greatly appreciate that. You know, you guys know all well how far that stuff goes, and it really means a lot to me. Let's cast this one out. Oh yeah, we are fishing now, baby. Like I said, we're in some deeper water. On the other in front of us, the channel makes a slight bend to the right, and the channel underneath the water actually gets deeper on the right side, even though the outside bend would actually be on the left side. It's actually deeper on the right side, and it just slowly, gradually goes down into 70 foot, and then comes back up, you know, on the other side. We're sitting in 35 foot of water where we're at, and we're just inching along. Not really trying to go real fast or anything. Just want to make it nice, smooth, steady presentation until we figure out what they're wanting. And in the meantime, figuring out what they want, got to hydrate. Some say water, I say Diet Pepsi. You can definitely tell that it got warm today. There's a lot of people out running around, pleasure boating. Howdy. Beautiful day for it. If you've never been down here on the James River, you ought to give it a shot. Hey, Jason and Ryan, thanks for joining, buddy. Justin, Kentucky Catfish, thank you guys very much for joining in. Dale, there's a lot of people in here already. We got a good chat going on. If you guys get a chance, share the video. Let people know we're going to be on here for about 35, 40 minutes, something like that. I got a good friend that's going to be joining me tonight here on the James River. We're going to go back out. I've got 2 videos that I've done the last 2 nights out here. A little spoiler alert. Last night boated 2 50s and 1 in the 30s. All 3 of those were on video, so that should be a pretty good video. Hartford Outlaws, thanks for joining in, buddy. Georgia. Well, I tell you what, you take me from the northern United States, southern Ohio, and bring me out here. Whew, it is hot. It is boiling hot today. Now we're drifting. I'm pulling the boat. Like I said, we're slack current, so I'm going about 0.3 miles an hour, just right down the center of this. And it's kind of, you can tell behind me, it's not super wide, so everything kind of narrows down, and it's kind of like a pinch point. So I got high expectations for this little area right here. But all we can do is drop them down there in that deep water and see what happens. The last couple nights, it hasn't been really deep water. It's been more of a 20 to 30 foot range. Doing pretty good, Brian. Thanks for joining in. As always, if you guys got questions, make sure you guys are leaving them in the comments. I try to go back and read through everything and answer questions. One thing I haven't said on here for a while is I'm getting back into a regular routine of putting out videos. If you guys notice, I actually put one out today about catching moon eye. And so make sure you go over and you watch it. But one thing I would like to ask from you guys that go over and watch it is leave me your honest feedback on how the video looks and what you think I could do better to make it more enjoyable and entertaining, but most importantly, informational to you guys. The more information you give me, the better chance I will be able to put out better content for you guys to watch. Whew, that boat put off some big waves. Water temperature down here is about 82, 83 degrees. And it's been steady like that the whole, last couple days I've been here. So, Johnny, that's a good question. Johnny asked, how often will I adjust my rods? So, whenever I dropped them down, we was in about 32 foot of water. And we're slowly going down. Like I said, the front or the beginning of this is a real gradual slope. And then once you get to the 50-foot mark of water, it kind of drops off a little bit quicker. So I'm in 34 foot now. Once I get to about 35, 36, I'll go back and I'll adjust them, and then I'll continue that. Now, if I notice if I'm coming up on a hump or up on a slope and I notice my baits are hitting bottom, then I'll go back there and adjust them up then. I've got a daggone horsefly in here. Big, nasty, biting horsefly. Oh man, that thing's gonna drive me insane. Hey, you guys watch the rods behind me. I'm gonna look through some comments here. So as far as let's see here, Belleville Dam, looking for moon eye. If you watched the video that I put out today, that was from Robert C. Byrd Dam. Definitely take those tips that I put into that video and apply them to that dam. But a lot of times you really got to look for current seams, those boils, that kind of thing, to really find them. And you got to fish around for them. Sometimes they'll be a little bit deeper, shallow, a little shallower in the water column, things like that. Oh yeah. Now, if you can see, well, you can't see it in the picture, but there's this rod over here is actually, we've kind of come up on the shelf, on the ledge. I'm hugging a ledge, and we've come up on that ledge just a little bit, and it's hitting bottom. So I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna adjust all these real quick. I didn't get him. I tried. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get that horsefly. When I do get that horsefly, I'm gonna turn him into bait. But yeah, just that simple, you know, whenever you come to adjust them. The biggest thing, the biggest part of this is making sure that that ledge that you want to stay on, um, that you're paying attention to. And it's hard because there's a lot going on right here, but you really got to pay attention to that ledge. That can be one of the, especially dead sticking like we're doing here with one dragon, staying on that ledge can be very, very important on whether you catch fish or you don't catch fish. Some fish assassin is in here. John Boy. The Chad's in here. Kelly, man, you guys are all joining in today. Thank you guys very much for joining in. We got a good group of people on here. If you guys are just joining us, we're out here on the James River, and we are drifting during the slack tide in some deeper water for some blue cats. We got some big baits on, and I'm hoping to smack a pig for you guys here on the live. If you guys haven't already, hit that thumbs up. If you guys like the information that I'm able to bring to you guys on a regular basis, make sure that you share this so somebody else can see this information and enjoy the channel as well. And we're marking fish. We're on them. Hopefully we can get one to take the bait here. Get us back on track here. I kind of was blabbing around and kind of got off track. Hey, you're welcome, buddy. Hope you enjoy it. It's a shame you wasn't with your dad. I'd love to meet you. Maybe next time, though. Now this is an interesting looking boat. I'm gonna turn you guys around. Hopefully you guys can see that boat. Now I have never in my life seen anything like that. If anybody knows what that is, please tell me, because I have no clue. All right, I'm back. So, if you guys know what kind of boat that is, yeah, let me know, because that was something interesting right there. Come on, fishies. Need somebody in here to do a fish dance. Come on, Lance. Whoa, let's fix that bad boy back up. That's right, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Goodness. 3+1, thanks for joining the channel. Ryan, thanks for joining the channel. Fins and Find in the house. And thank you guys very much for coming over and enjoying. Hopefully we can put some fish in the boat here while we're on live. I said we're out here on the James River doing a little bit of deep water fishing with some big baits. Been doing pretty good, but hopefully we can make it happen. Yes, please, everybody hit that thumbs up. And in the comments, make sure you guys are asking questions, whatever you guys would like to know. If you guys have any questions about the James River or a tidal river that I could help you guys with, please let me know. Tidal rivers can be a little tricky to figure out at times. Sunfish, where I'm at right here, we're in mid 30 foot water, and then this is slowly going to roll down into some deeper water, down into like 70 foot of water. So hopefully I'm just easing down into that deeper water, and then the current is slowly going to start coming in. So once we get to a certain point, we may have to turn the boat the other direction and start drifting back. That's a good question as well. So the question was, whenever I come over here and fish the James River, do I change out my line to a heavier line? So I use 50-pound mainline slime line, and that's what I use throughout the country. Now I do have 5 or 6 rods that are specific for channel cat fishing and kayak fishing for small blues, and that has 30-pound slime line on it. So that is what I do. I leave the same line on whether I'm fishing for flatheads and blue cats around home, the Mississippi River, James River, or anywhere in between, Alabama, Tennessee, things like that. Now, one thing that I do change out and that I take particular caution is the size of hook that I'll be using versus the size of fish that are relatively going to be caught. For instance, if I'm going to Lake Erie and I'm channel cat fishing, then I'm going to use a smaller hook, you know, a 5/0 Boss Cat instead of a 8 or a 10/0 Boss Cat. Come out here to the James where you're going to catch higher numbers of bigger fish, then we will use a bigger hook. I'm using 8s and 10/0 Boss Cat hooks. But other than that, the terminal tackle will stay the same. I do not bump with mono. Yeah, the Cincinnati area pool that's a tough pool to fish on the high river for blue cats, and particularly because of how hard it gets commercially fished. There's a lot of small fish in that area, but unfortunately, um, you know, it's a heavily commercially fished waters. Do I bump with mono? No, actually, I bump with braid. Uh, I use, for most generally, I'll use a 65-pound Power Pro braid. I don't like going much heavier than that because then it just you'll feel a lot of drag on your line, and you're not able to put as much on the reel. Um, so I use 65-pound Power Pro most generally for that. The Boss Cat hooks are actually made by TTI Blakemore. Um, so TTI Blakemore, they are the mother company that made or still makes Diachi hooks and Boss Cat. So Boss Cat hooks are Diachi hooks. If you look at their packaging and some of their advertisements, you'll see Boss Cat hooks by Diachi or featuring Diachi. So what TTI Blakemore is doing is they have created a new brand for you guys, and they're wanting to try to bring a lot of new products out underneath that Boss Cat brand name. So they took the Diachi hooks that everybody loves and raves about, and they rebranded them as Boss Cat hooks and added the new 10-aught size to that. So if you're in Blue Cat waters on the Ohio River, and the water temperature is relatively warm, when I say relatively warm, like say 60 degrees or above, the boat definitely needs to be moving. Now there you'll have specific times where anchor fishing and structure fishing uh, will be prevalent, but um, for the most part, if you're summertime fishing, blue cat fishing, specifically on the high river, you definitely want to keep moving, drifting, dragging, bumping, um, something like that, covering water, using planer boards, things like that. And if you want to learn how to use planer boards, I just released a video few weeks ago. It was about drifting, dead sticking like we are here, but in current using planer boards going backwards. Hey Zach, buddy, thanks for joining. Do I ever use chicken? So the quick answer to that is no, no, I don't. And uh-oh, I'm getting a bite back here. Uh, the quick answer to me using chicken is no, no, I don't. Um, do I think it doesn't work or anything like that? No, I think it does work. I think that there's a lot of people um, that catch fish on it, and I think it's because of something to do with the mussels in the summertime. I have no proof of that, but you're going to catch a lot of small fish with that. Not saying you can't catch big fish or anything. I just personally would rather eat the chicken than feed the chicken to the fish. Um, and use gizzard shad or skipjack, mooneye, bluegill, things like that. I know a lot of people use chicken and have a lot of success with it, and that's great. Nothing against anybody for that. I just personally prefer to use what is in the body of water that I can catch. It, and most generally, it's free. Other unless you have to buy some worms or a cast net, something like that. No, I do have chicken with me. I do have chicken with me. Um, we do have chicken. We got chicken breasts. But these bad boys are going on a grill, and they're going in my tummy. Yeah, yeah. I've got a absolutely awesome grill for the boat. And it's a Coleman grill I bought at Walmart. And hey, Kevin, thanks for joining, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. But anyway, you know, it's that chicken's gonna taste real good here in just a little bit. Season it up nice. Oh yeah. Hey, for you all just stopping by, uh, here comes a bunch of jet skis and bass boats. Howdy. Man, I'm telling you folks, we're back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Had a little, I don't know what it was. Don't know what it was, but we back and we back to drifting. All right, I'm gonna get back to answering some questions here. Yeah, I did want to fish Mad Jacks, but wanted to come out here and try to get on some of these fish while the fishing was good. I hate to miss Mad Jacks. That's a really good tournament, and there's a lot of people out there. But Kevin, congratulations on your video, buddy. It's really rocking. You done an awesome job on that. Roger, we are on the James River, buddy. Doing a little deep water drifting with some big baits. I was going to stay on here for about 40 minutes, and got a good friend that's going to be joining me tonight. We're going to go out and do a little bit of night fishing tonight. The last couple nights have been all right. Haven't been stellar or ridiculously good, but last night we was able to get a couple 50s on video and a 30 on video, so that ought to be a pretty decent video. I'm gonna spot lock us here so I can catch up on some things. Bradley, catching moon eyes, is it better to fish early morning or late evening or just any time? So a lot of that is going to depend on where you're at. So if you are at a lock and dam, definitely early, you know, you can catch them all day long. You know, they'll come and go. But for 90% of whatever, you know, early morning, late evening, especially moon eye, you know, definitely early morning, late evening. If you're on the river itself and you're catching them around structure, barges, creek mouths, things like that, then you are absolutely going to have to get there before first light and fish for them until after last light. They're really finicky, and once that sun comes up, they head to wherever they hide at, and I cannot find them. But during the day at lock and dams, whenever they're coming up in there, super easy. You know, they'll just come and go in them lock and dams. Now I cannot end a live show, or this live show, without a fish. We've got to catch a fish. I was getting a little bite back there a minute ago, but it has stopped. Now, for you guys that are asking about our bait, this is one of the baits that we're using. Now, this is a perch, and these little dudes right here will get you, son. I'm talking, they will put an absolute hurt on you. Look at them things. Them jokers right there are no joke. But that's a white perch. It has been a really good bait. And then also the good old ginormous gizzard shad that the James River is known for. And before we get off here, if you guys got any questions, let me know. Leave them in the comments and we will. Hey, thanks for the super chat there. I appreciate it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let me know if you guys have any comments. We'll get them answered while we're spot locked here. Got a few more minutes and we will hop off here. I'm going to go pick up my buddy and we're going to go anchor up. Hopefully we'll get on some fish out there. If we end up getting on some fish out there, I'll go live again so that you guys can actually see me catch a fish, because we got a big fat skunk in the boat right now. Skunk in the boat on a live show does not go well. Willie, those are the Big Cat Fever, the orange Big Cat Fever Hellcats. And I got two medium heavies back there. I did bring medium heavy back there, but most of those are the heavies. I really like that heavy action so far. Does good pulling boards in current, handles fish very well. Caught a couple in the 50s on them while we've been here, and hopefully we'll be able to put some more big ones in that tonight. Zach, golly, holy horse crap, sorry about that. Whew. These people wearing me out. All right, we back. Third time's a charm. That boat rocked this boat so hard that it froze up the live stream. Oh wow. Oh well. It'll be all right. It will be all right. But, well, unfortunately, we did not catch a fish on this live show. So I got to go pick up Chris, and we are going to go do some live fish or some fishing tonight. Like I said, if we get into them really good, I'll go live again tonight. So keep an eye out for that. If not, hopefully we'll be able to make another video tonight. I've got 2 from the last 2 nights. So yeah, we got some footage to bring to you, and hopefully it'll be good. You guys will enjoy it and be able to apply it to wherever you're from. But as always, if you guys are looking for somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to pray for you or pray for somebody in your family, please reach out to me. Would love to help you guys out and pray for you guys. But until then, till next time, God bless. Tight lines. We'll catch you guys on